Welcome to Reinventing Broadcast, where AI meets content. Hosted by Ben Anchor. Let's dive in.
Welcome back to Broadcast Media Inside Track. I'm your host, and joining me is Rihanna. This is episode 15, and what a breakthrough week it's been.
I can hear the excitement. Tell me about your AI newsletter project.
I successfully launched my first AI-curated newsletter last Friday, using an agentic workflow in N8N. The system automatically curates content across technology, broadcast, and AI, complete with clickable links, executive summaries, and conclusions. Claude helped me debug the code, and the output looks fantastic, with all the gradients and layouts working perfectly.
That's brilliant. Any manual work left?
Just generating banner images, but I'm planning to automate that too. It's a perfect example of today's topic, identifying pain points and solving them with AI. I also met with a Berlin coursemate working on AI for hate speech moderation, which really opened my eyes to the volume of manual work ripe for AI intervention.
Which brings us to today's focus, right? Before we move on, can you walk us through the technical details of your N8N workflow? I think our listeners would love to understand what's actually involved in building something like this.
Absolutely. The workflow is fascinating because it demonstrates how you can chain together different AI agents to create something truly autonomous. I started with web scraping nodes that automatically pull content from various RSS feeds and news sources across technology, broadcast media, and AI sectors. These feeds are constantly monitored, so the system is always working in the background.
And then what happens to all that raw data?
That's where it gets interesting. The scraped content gets passed to a JSON node that acts as the first filter. It analyzes relevance, removes duplicate stories, and categorizes everything into our three main sections. Then, another AI node in an LLM, like ChatGPT, which takes over for content curation, creating those executive summaries and determining which stories deserve the read more links.
How do you handle the formatting and layout?
This was the trickiest part that Claude helped me debug. I have a series of nodes that take the curated content and format it into HTML email templates. There are conditional logic nodes that ensure proper spacing, apply the gradients and color schemes, and make sure all the clickable links are properly formatted. The final node connects to my email service provider and schedules the send.
So it's completely hands-off once it's running?
The entire process runs automatically every week. The only manual intervention right now is creating the banner image, but I'm already planning to add an AI image generation node using DALL-E or Hugging Face APIs. Once that's integrated, it'll be an autonomous newsletter up to the QA part that researches, writes, designs, and sends itself for QA.
That's the power of agentic workflows right there. Which brings us to today's focus, right?
Where are the real AI opportunities in 2025? Well, we're looking at a $243 billion AI market growing at 28% annually, but the key question is where to focus.
And the investment patterns are shifting, aren't they?
Investment focus is moving to the upper half of the AI stack, from training-focused investments to customer-facing applications. Let me break down the biggest opportunities I'm seeing. First, healthcare administration. Healthcare AI is a $3.69 billion market growing at 38.5% annually. But the real opportunity isn't just diagnosis, it's administrative nightmare. For example, healthcare providers are drowning in billing discrepancies, payment posting, and insurance verification.
What's the specific pain point?
Family clinics struggle with staffing shortages while managing complex insurance plans that vary significantly for each patient. When claims get denied, it creates cascading manual work. AI in revenue cycle management is becoming a game changer, using cognitive AI to predict and prevent denials by spotting payer trends.
That sounds like a massive opportunity.
It absolutely is. Next, let's talk about customer service consistency. Inconsistent service quality remains one of the most common customer pain points in 2025, And every business in some way online has a need for customer service. Customers get different support levels depending on channel they access it, the agent availability, or time of day.
And traditional solutions aren't scaling.
Well, 63% of support professionals believe AI will lead to faster support, and 78% say it gives them critical time back. But it's not just chatbots anymore. We need AI that performs quality assurance, handles complex inquiries, and knows when to escalate.
What about other industries?
Here's one that's absolutely exploding. Property management. Me and a course mate have discussed this at length. AI can automate 37% of tasks in real estate, representing $34 billion in operating efficiencies. We're talking management, sales activities, administrative support, and maintenance.
What's driving the demand?
Property managers are drowning in manual tasks: tenant screening, maintenance requests, rent collection, lease management. Companies using AI to reduce on-site staffing report higher satisfaction from both clients and their teams. AI-powered systems can prioritize maintenance based on urgency, automatically schedule with service providers, and even predict property values and maintenance needs.
And what about your own industry?
And here's one close to home: broadcast media. 25% of broadcasters are now using AI, more than doubling from last year. The top benefits are efficiency gains through automation, automated translation and captioning, and content creation.
What specific opportunities are you seeing?
AI can automate routine tasks like editing, captioning, and highlight creation, freeing staff for higher-level storytelling. We're seeing automated news delivery, real-time sports analytics, and even AI-generated infographics. The broadcasting industry is looking at automated quality checks, content analysis, and standards compliance monitoring.
So what does this mean for entrepreneurs and consultants?
For entrepreneurs and consultants, I see three main opportunities. First, voice agents, which is the most broad offering that covers many industries. Modern platforms let businesses handle queries 24/7, escalate automatically, and never take breaks. It demonstrates high-tech AI that encourages engagement. Second, agentic workflows like my newsletter automation. In 2025, AI agents will reshape software platform demand as companies use them to fill gaps in existing systems. Third, strategy and implementation, the real value. Companies need someone who understands both technology and business needs, the domain knowledge to create complete solutions.
What about your productized approach?
That's the exciting area I could develop. I had a couple of opportunities for this off the back of the Berkeley course. By 2045, AI will automate 50% of work activities. There's massive opportunity for industry-specific solutions that solve real problems.
If listeners want to jump on these opportunities, where should they start?
My pain point to profit approach. First, choose an industry you understand. The best ideas solve real pain points for specific audiences. Second, identify manual, time-consuming processes. Third, assess what data already exists. Fourth, start small with MPV development.
And the technical barriers?
Cloud-native AI platforms from Microsoft Azure, OpenAI, AWS Bedrock, and Google Vertex AI have drastically reduced barriers by abstracting development complexity. You don't need data science teams anymore. Just plug into pre-trained models and fine-tune.
What about your website launch?
I'm launching a new website showcasing exactly this. The voice agent will be prominent as it has a feel for high-tech AI, also demonstrating agentic workflows I've built in N8 in N, plus consulting for strategy and implementation. There's also a research and development section for productized solutions.
How does this tie together?
My Berlin meeting reinforced that there are countless manual, high-volume processes: content moderation, data entry, customer service, perfect for AI intervention. The opportunity isn't just building technology, it's identifying pain points and creating complete solutions.
What's your key takeaway for listeners?
The history of technology cycles points to value creation, shifting to spheres closest to end customers. We're at that inflection point where real opportunities are in AI-enabled products solving human problems. This week's challenge for everyone: identify one manual process in your business that could be automated, research if anyone's solving it, and start small. The AI gold rush is happening now, and the biggest opportunities are hiding in plain sight. Next week, we'll dive into AI web app builders, my experiments with Framer, and that Replit suggestion from a friend.
Thanks for joining Broadcast Media Inside Track. Subscribe and catch you next week.
Thanks for listening to Reinventing Broadcast. Subscribe for more on AI content and the future of media. And visit ancast.tv for more info on Ben himself, the resources, other content, and news.